Quick work of this. We got everything cut up in log lengths. That way we can take a skid steer, just pile it up, come back here and get it with the truck. Now, this thing here. Anyway, this little thumper right here, I had it 15 and some change. It was tapered quite a bit right here at 15, so I went ahead and cut it back to a 13. I know 13 is an odd length, but this is just a big rough tabletop log. It's not going to veneer out at all. It's a good log, don't get me wrong, but it's not a veneer log. It's double, triple hearted up here at 13, which that's probably going to run deep in it. You can see there's a big limb here. This doesn't go anywhere, but one way across the top here it measured 42. The other way it measured like 30, 33. So whatever you want to call it there, it's still a big piece of wood for anymore. Kind of northwest of Buckner, Missouri. I think we got a Sibley address. On a clearing job here. Fellas, that is a pig. There's only 3 walnut trees on this little job here. That one, a little one right there, and this. But this is a pig. When I seen the size of this tree, I thought, yep, I'm interested. It's going to be a lot of work just to get this all worked up. I might just put the long bar on. The stump's so big. And this thing is an absolute toad. And I was worried because they wanted to use the hoe to get it out of the ground. I was worried. I was like, man, they're going to bust this thing bringing it down. But it looks like they got it down. Well, they busted that right there. But that's, if they're going to bust a part of it, that might as well be it. There's a lot of cutting up to do here. A lot of footage in this whole pig. Same with that one there. That ain't any small tree. Probably got a good 9-foot log on this. It might go 10. We'll get to working it up and we'll see. One thing I really like about this Shootsy bar is the versatility of it. Of course, not only can you buck and trim logs with it, jobs like this, it's really handy. But you know, the clamshell, the grapple part of it, it's definitely handy. Aside from moving and bucking your logs, we can pack more in the grapple. Of course, with the 333s we run the weight kit in the rear bumper just to get all the counterweight we can on the back end of it. You can definitely move some wood with it. It's turned into be a pretty valuable attachment for us. It's, like I said, again, on jobs like this, you can get in here, you can kind of knock some limbs off, trim. There's just, especially on this clearing job, that's what this is. You can get in here and just, if I'd have had it here the first day I was cutting it, it made a lot quicker work of things instead of just trying to do so much with the chainsaw. But handy piece of equipment for sure. I'm ashamed of these cuts. Don't think I'm not, but sometimes these trees are pushed over on their side. They're hard to cut anyway, and they're hard to get a straight cut on because, like a big tree like this, it's hard to get the bottom side. I ended up having to put the long bar on just to get a lot of that, well, I wouldn't even call it heartwood, just that bottom wood cut out where I couldn't reach with a 25-inch bar. Of course, we got it down. It's got a little bad spot, but all in all, pretty good. Same thing with this. My stumps would never look like that standing up, but when these old trees are pushed over, you just kind of do what you can on these big ones. Again, it cut pretty good for the most part. There's this little thing right here where it doesn't go too deep, but still don't like to see it nonetheless. It's an old tree. It was well past its prime, its life cycle. It's on the downhill side of things. We're happy to have it either way. I got Johnny Coons on the skid steer there. He's went to work for me full time. I needed a good shop man, a good man to run equipment from time to time. We got him right here. So we're gonna finish cleaning up the rest of these pieces. If they're stacking up way up front, we'll leave them in the truck. Then we're gonna get the skid steer back home. Every now and then, it's best to fire these little girls up, let them do some work, which is exactly what this 13 model 648H is going to do today. Dad has been cutting logs here north of the shop a little ways, maybe 2.5, 3 miles, so we're just going to road the skidder up there, not too far. Of course, the Western Star's up north of the Odessa yard, so roading is about our only option today. Let this girl warm up. I don't think we've drug any logs to the skidder since February or March, somewhere back there. Been a while. It's probably ready to go to work. Myself do not really like roading equipment any more than we absolutely have to. Even if I had the truck and trailer down here on a short haul, I would just as soon put the skidder on the pintle hitch, take it right up the road. Just don't like roading equipment. But sometimes if you're on a short move, it's just as easy to road it. And again, with the truck not being here, it's our only option. I don't even think we went 2 miles. We just turned on the gravel right back there. Kind of see the stop sign. And again, I'm not big on roading skidders anymore. You know, as younger, it seemed like we rode skidders a lot. And on something short like this, like I said, 2 miles of highway, if that. I mean, if that. It's not terrible, but still, I just don't like to do it. Oddly enough, in this thick, nasty stuff down here, it usually produces pretty good quality timber. Dad is cutting a chinkapin oak right there. He's had some walnut down. I even got in on the cutting this morning. I cut a chinkapin. Thick stuff. This is where you really appreciate the cab skidders. We've logged this tract of timber probably 3 or 4 times that I can remember. The last time we logged it, or I logged it with Dad, was in an open station machine. And when you're cutting hedge and cedar and locust, this thick, dense stuff, open station machines are no fun at all. I see one right back there. He's got on the ground. It's like, man, it's hard to see in this stuff, especially this time of year when the leaves are still on. I see he's got another one right there in front of us. Pretty good chinkapin. I'd like to have all the timber my dad's cut off this place in his lifetime, because it has been a bunch. I've seen some really good quality walnut come off here, and there's still some good quality walnut coming off now. They're just not as big as they were the first time we cut it naturally. It's definitely been a minute since I've drove logs with 648. Probably May, I think. Yeah, I think it was May the last time I drug any logs with 648. Anyway, not super big trees, but the quality's there. Kind of a mixed drag here. A couple walnut, chinkapin oak, post oak. You can see the top of this log as it very good, but on that post oak, we really aimed for the first 10 foot, 12 foot. Got good clean stuff for a quarter saw log. The top, which still cut off really good, it's just got a couple bad limbs, which this part of the world, that's common for our post oak. It'll just be a Powell or tie grade, and this top probably 12 foot, and I'd say we'll have 12 foot a quarter saw. Now the chinkapin oak is stave material, and of course you guys know about this walnut, it's walnut material. But what's nice about coming back to a place you've logged before is you can use your existing roads. You've got good roads up through here, and that's real nice because I just dropped the blade and kind of sweep them up a little bit, so to speak, and you're ready to go again. Good healthy timber stand. A lot of this stuff here, the oak, the smaller walnut here, hickory, it's all pretty uniform in size. So and there's just mixed species scattered out through, like there's another little walnut. That guy's probably still another, I'd say he's about 5 years away from being harvestable. This shag bark's not too bad in size. We don't cut a lot of that shag bark, thankfully, because I don't like it. Just a nice timber stand. This is the product of timber being managed properly over the years. This is something my dad's managed for many, many years. You know, I've been here twice, 3 times with him. I know that I can remember. It's just, he'll come in here just like right now. He'll cut 50, 60, 70 trees, and down the road he'll do it again. But actively manages it. We had quite the storm Saturday night. Kind of slowed things down. We had planned on working yesterday, getting a big jump on this, but we gave it a day to kind of dry out. Got my fuel tank in the back of this new Ram pickup, even though it's a newer truck. Kind of a, I don't know. It's a work. They're all work trucks to me. You got to use them for work, especially for what they cost. But we're gonna fuel up this 648, go to Dragon. Hopefully it won't be too sloppy back here, even though it's only been a day. It looks like it dried out pretty good, all things considered, for the 5 inches of rain we got. I don't know how big it is across the stump. I couldn't get the bottom side, so the track hoe is supposed to be back up and running here in just a bit. So I've advised the landowner to tell the track hoe operator to be ever so gentle when he moves this around so I can finish cutting it off. I don't think there's a lot holding it, but at the same time, I couldn't reach all the bottom there, so we don't want to run the risk of splitting this. That's going to be probably mid to upper 30s on the diameter of that old pig. That thing over there cut surprisingly good. There's a lot of footage in that tree. This little guy back here, it still cut 5 logs out of it, tall trees. Just 3 of them, but it was a good bunch. Now, we're gonna go up here and cut a tree for the landowner, just to help him out.